Welcome back everyone to the CruiseAway show. It's Derek and Joe here again, as we are every single day, actually bringing you good news and fabulous holidays. And boy, do we have some news for you today.
Yes, we do. This is like a great feature film of a show. It really is. It also has a sequel. It's time to bring you some of the wonderful new trips on Princess Cruises for Europe sailings for 2027. Now, of course, here at CruiseAway, we're ahead of the rest by bringing you everything you need to know today.
Yes, this is one of two special shows with a range of different adventures all the way through 2027. So if you want to be super organised, this show opens up the pick of the crop.
Yes, and this is a London special too, with all of the three offers we have enjoying a fabulous city break stay in exciting capital of England. The cruises are fascinating and tempting too, exploring Scandinavia, around the UK and even up to the Arctic Circle in search of the Northern Lights.
Fabulous. Let's get started then with Scandinavia, and we fly off to London from Sydney in May 2027 for a 3-night hotel stay, which is always very, very nice indeed. It's nice to visit a capital city, isn't it? Because it has the biggest buzz, doesn't it?
Especially London, because London is just power-packed with everything from incredible museums to architecture, even some Roman architecture somewhere hidden around there, but also the famous buildings that we know and the red telephone boxes and the fun shopping, Liberties of London, Harrods, Harvey Nichols. You will be awash with things to do. But then it's time to cruise on board Sky Princess, and you're going to be on board for 14 nights as we head on up to Norway, Denmark and Sweden, which is a charming part of the world to visit. Nordic area, and of course you have your ocean medallion, which is the easiest way to get around the ship, to open your stateroom, to order drinks, to book your dining in your specialty restaurants. And by the way, there's over 25 restaurants and bars to enjoy. Now, of course, included in your cruise fare, you have dining room dining, which you could be eating there, breakfast, lunch, dinner and afternoon tea every day if you want to. But if you want to have that something special, something extra, you've got Sabatini's Italian trattoria, for example. You also, they make fresh pasta and pizza daily, just so you know, and fresh bread and fresh gelato. You've got the Crown Grill Steakhouse. You also have Chef's Table Luminaire if you want to do something for a special occasion. So you have all those options for specialty dining on top of course, enjoying your dining room dining, you might do room service some nights, you might do buffet in the marketplace. There's a little bit of everything. And if you're a first-time cruiser, this would be a nice first-time cruise actually, you have, just so you know, the buffet, my goodness. Everything you could imagine under one roof. Every cuisine you could possibly imagine. Japanese, Chinese, hearty comfort food, Italian. You name it. They'll make you a fresh panini. They'll cook you a fresh steak up there. It's great. The Enclave, now this is your special retreat. If you want to do that something special, you can get a thermal suite pass and head in there every night if you want to relax after your busy day exploring the ports, maybe seeing lots of different things that ports have to offer. Out on deck, it's a nice buzzy atmosphere during the day. They often have live music. They play lots of deck games too that you can be involved in or not, up to you. And then it's time to relax in the luxury bed, the Princess' very own, rated best bed at sea by Cruise Critic. After a hard day's relaxing, you're going to be relaxing even more in your stateroom. Not, of course, before enjoying the evening show. And they have award-winning shows in the theatre. And there's something different every single night. If it's not the main theatre that takes your fancy, how about heading off to one of the other many bars and venues that they have for live entertainment, such as the piano bar. You've got the Crooners Club as well. You might have another event in another lounge. So we're cruising out of Southampton to Skagen in Denmark. Now, this is where you can visit lots of the incredible architecture that Scandinavia is known for. The Bunker Museum, the White Lighthouse, you can see right there, is a very unique lighthouse, actually, like nothing else you'll ever see. We're into Copenhagen next, which is utterly gorgeous, and it deserves its accolade as Venice of the North, they call it. From those lovely coloured houses and the fishing boats lining the harbour through to the Little Mermaid sculpture and the Tivoli Gardens charming days to be had. Warnemunde's next, and this is easily the gateway to Berlin, so you can head to Berlin for the day. But Warnemünde is an adorable seaside resort. You've got to head to the beach because they have all these like deck chairs laid out, but they're very unique and it's a great photo opportunity. Then we have an overnight in Stockholm, the capital of Sweden, where you might want to take a nice bicycle tour around one of the main parks there. It's a great way to see the city. Or if you're an ABBA fan, of course, the home of ABBA, they have the museum there that's dedicated to ABBA. And the Old Town, also by foot, is a wonderful thing to do in the evening. Then we're into Helsinki in Finland. And it boasts a harsh climate a lot of the year. So it's interesting to learn about the economy and the ecology of this port, like the ice-breaking boats that traverse the seas in the winter. You can learn about those. Tallinn, Estonia is next. I found this the downtown area here was had a very medieval charm to it. So there's lots of great places to walk by foot. You might want to do a walking tour, in fact, and you can book that with the ship. Visby. Now this is very interesting. Every year this port has got a huge medieval festival where I've visited during that festival. Everyone's dressed up in the outfit, so it's kind of it's dedicated to this, and you can learn about it in the museum actually. Then we're into Kristiansand in Norway, where you can enjoy strolling the back streets of the downtown, or head to Banahea Outdoor Nature Park to see some of the beautiful, flowers. Of course, you're going to be looking late spring, so it's a nice time to visit. We're going to transfer you to Southampton, where you will, from Southampton to the airport, where you will fly back home to Australia after this very unique itinerary of Northern Europe.
Yeah, absolutely. Another one of the brand new itineraries just launched for Europe in 2027, and a very, very different one, actually. These kind of itineraries haven't really been on the menu for the last few years. It doesn't feel that much across the cruising world. So it's nice to get back into this part of the world because, as Joe described there's some wonderful history for you to go and explore. There are some wonderful countryside tours that you can take. It's just a fascinating part of the world, and it's there to be explored, because you've got that amazing contrast between the big cities and the capital cities that are on this itinerary, and then the more sort of serene and sedate, sort of almost little towns, in fact, in these places. They're amazing. Now, deposits available to book this today because we are very much advanced planning. So let's see our price tag for this straight away. It's going to be a great trip, an absolutely amazing trip. Price tag, let's just reflect on that for a second, because my word, again, pulling out all of the stops. And as I say, there aren't many of this type of itinerary around, it seems, at the moment. So get this in the diary right now with a deposit, and your 19-night trip is booked. And that includes your flight over from Sydney to London, 3 nights in a hotel there, all covered, all included. And then it's 2 weeks on the fabulous Sky Princess, enjoying her array of different dining that we saw there in the video, the entertainment, which is many and varied in lounges and bars and theatres. And you've got a massive variety of activities going on all over the ship. Cruising wonderful Scandinavia and Northern Europe in fabulous places as well. Denmark, Norway, Sweden, Finland, Germany, Estonia. Fascinating places to go and see. 2 weeks of amazing discovery. And it feels like we've not been able to really go to this part and enjoy so many of these places all together in a long, long time. Now, the cruise ends back in Southampton. We've included a transfer there up to the airport in London from Southampton to then fly back to Sydney. And here's everything that's included, plus your chances if you want to upgrade as well, because you might be this might well be some kind of anniversary or some kind of special occasion, or just something you've been looking to do for a long, long time. So if you wanted to enhance that experience, of course, you can upgrade in terms of your accommodation. Of course, they have the inclusive package, Princess Plus, which you can talk to our team about as well. If you want to add things like drinks and Wi-Fi, it's fantastic value for money. It really is brilliant. So talk to our team if you would like to add that Princess Plus package, because it is very, very good value for money as well for what comes back your way. It's great. And you can do that on any Princess offer that you see, whether we're talking in this show in 2027, for next year, for this year as well. So many opportunities out there right now. So give us a call, talk to us, 1300 408 765. Remember, when you call us, it's toll free, so it's not going to cost you a cent to call. And there are just loads and loads of options out there at the moment. This is like the low-hanging fruit. It's amazing. The tree of Europe Princess opportunities is like in full bloom right now.
It really is. And I mean, they do Europe so well also, Princess. They really are known for it and for these itineraries. So lots of wonderful itineraries announced, of course, by Princess in 2027. We've got 2 dedicated shows and even more on the website at cruiseaway.com.au, where you can search by cruise line and date very easily. Now, for next February, we're heading up to the Arctic Circle in search of the magic Aurora, your 19 nights starting by flying from Sydney to London. And again, we've included a 3-night hotel stay here for you in the nation's capital. So you can just, take it at your own pace. A nice way to start your adventure in London is to do this, hop on, hop off bus tour, so you can get acquainted with the different districts and areas. Definitely stroll down on, down in South Bank with the London Eye and the Tate Modern, and lots of lovely restaurants down there too. Charming things to do. And then it's down to Southampton, where you will board the Majestic Princess, and you're going to be on board for 2 weeks, so 14 nights on this itinerary, heading out to search for the Northern Lights. And you are in a prime time of year to have an optimum viewing opportunity both on board and off the ship to see the Aurora Borealis. And no doubt they're going to be flying on some world experts to give you lectures on this phenomenon and in the different parts of the world you'll be visiting. That's the great thing about Princess, that they are really keyed up on enrichment. So they really do focus on that as a company, offering you lots of different ways to become enriched when you're on your holiday, whether that's taking a cooking class with the executive chef or, just becoming acquainted with the part of the world that you're visiting through the lecture program that they have. And they will also do lectures on the different excursions available in port. So if you're the kind of person, or you're the kind of couple or group that just wants to get everything tied up in a nice neat bow even before you head to the first port, you can do that. So you have zero to think about when you get off the ship.
Yeah, and actually, Majestic Princess, I know we're heading on this particular itinerary to the Arctic Circle, but just a little bit of information that you might want to talk to our team about as well. She's actually going to be sailing the opposite end in Antarctica and South America from November next year through to January in 2027 as well. So just before, she's obviously going from south to very north.
Wow.
In this case. And this is a wonderful part of the world to cruise. It's a serene discovery. You are going to the magical ports in the north of Norway, up in the Arctic Circle, which have the least light pollution almost anywhere on Earth. It's also the land of the midnight sun as well, isn't it? You'll go there and you'll look at your watch, and it may be 11 p.m, it might be midnight, it might be 1 a.m, and you're thinking, hang on a second, is the sun still setting?
Yeah, it's a really intriguing part of the world, actually. And, something you don't get the chance to do very often. The best way to do it is by cruise.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And, of course, while you're getting there, there's lots to keep you entertained. The art gallery is great, by the way, so you can do art lectures and auctions. So we are cruising out of Southampton and we're heading to Ålesund, which is a picture-perfect little Norwegian town first up. Utterly charming with those beautiful coloured houses and no doubt lots of lovely wildlife as well. There's the puffins. If you're lucky enough, you might get to see some. You never know. Next up, it's Trondheim. And Trondheim's known for the Nidaros Cathedral. And you can see right there, that's a beautiful Baroque structure. You know, this time of year, obviously it's still winter in Europe, so you might want to do a nice little coach tour, which will keep you nice and cozy. Then we got an overnight on board in Tromsø, and this of course gives us optimum opportunity to potentially see the Northern Lights. Now Tromsø is very far north, and the Polar Museum is fascinating to visit alongside the Arctic Cathedral. So there's lots to keep you entertained while you're seeing the Northern Lights potentially. Then it's Alta, and this is known as the hidden jewel of the Arctic North. Some of the excursions on offer here include the Easy Alta and Northern Lights Cathedral tour. So this is a nice one to do, you know, again, to become acquainted. Then it's Molde. Now, you can actually go to see the mushing camps while you're there with the husky dogs. So that would be a nice thing to do when you're in this part of the world, and just to learn a little bit more about the culture. The marble caves are also fascinating whilst you're up there. And then this is what you might be lucky enough to see, and probably likely to see in some capacity. The Northern Lights, also known as the Aurora Borealis, are a dazzling display of light that appears in the sky. And they're caused by charged particles from the sun colliding with the Earth's magnetic field, and then with atmospheric gases. So solar wind can affect them, and polar, you know, obviously in the polar regions, you've got optimum viewing opportunities. It's just amazing what you might see. So here's a lovely overview for you of your itinerary. You're gonna be back into Southampton after a day at sea, and then we're going to transfer you to the airport to fly back to Oz.
And the Aurora tends to be happening more and more year on year as well. I mean, I know the last couple of years there's been a lot of activity up in that part of the world. So a lot of the cruises have been lucky enough to have that experience. In fact, it's funny that you fly over to the UK and spend some time there, because I don't know if it was last year or the year before, I saw on the news that actually people were viewing the Aurora even in the south of the UK as well, which is, you know, incredible. But you are going to the best vantage point. And listen, even if you don't see the Aurora, it is one of the most magical places to go and cruise and explore up in Norway. The stunning scenery up there, the wonderful huge skies as well, just the serenity cruising up into the Arctic Circle, and a lovely warm welcome there as well. Talking about a warm welcome, take a look at this. A deposit can lock this price in today. Now that's a warm welcome of a price tag, don't you think? When you consider everything that is part of this holiday, ridiculous. Deposit today gets it booked, which is great, locking in the price for you, freezing it in Arctic ice, giving you the best choice of the cabins as well. And this price does include so much. So that's your flights to and from London. It's a 3-night hotel stay in London, and then you've got that 2 weeks, 14 nights of Princess cruising on Majestic Princess in and out of Southampton. Magical destinations in Norway, including that overnight in Tromsø, which is the perfect vantage point if the Aurora comes out to play. We've even included at the end of the cruise a transfer back to the airport in London to fly you back to Sydney. Here's everything that is part of this offer, and it is, I think, just true magic, actually. Everyone that I've ever spoken to over the years that have come back from one of these cruises have said, you know what, that's amazing. It's truly magical. And if you do get to do something like a dog sledding experience when you're up in the Arctic Circle, or something extra special, which Princess can lay on for you in the form of an excursion as well, that you can treat yourself to. It's just magic. It's what makes a holiday like this. Of course, you can tailor around this holiday as much as you like. Maybe there's somewhere else in Europe that you want to see when you come back into London. You don't necessarily need to fly straight home to Sydney. Maybe you can fly to Rome or Athens or somewhere on the way back. There are millions and millions of different choices. There really are. But start the conversation today with our team. 1300 408 765 is the toll-free telephone number to call. Now, one of the cruises that you ask us most about here at CruiseAway when it comes to Europe is around the British Isles.
Yes.
Because there are just so many contrasts, from the big cities to the wonderful Highlands in Scotland, the islands, going over to Ireland as well. Everyone wants to do it. Well, Princess have come up trumps for us in April in 2027 with a springtime hop around the nations. 17 nights this time, starting with your flight again from Sydney over to London. 3 nights again there in the capital in a hotel to enjoy. And listen, have a little list of ideas of things that you want to do when you get into London. It might be that you want to go and visit the quirky shopping in Carnaby Street, or the upscale shopping on Oxford Street or Regent Street. Maybe you've got Harrods in your sights, or Liberty, or something like that. I mean, there are just magical adventures that you can have in London, wonderful parks and palaces to enjoy as well. And then it's back down to Southampton, and it's back on board Majestic Princess, this time for 12 nights going around the British Isles. Princess cruising, by the way, when you get on board, I mean, we've talked about warm welcomes all the way through this show. And actually, I think even if you've never ever cruised with Princess before, maybe you've been wedded to your cruise line of choice for 20, 30 years now, and you're thinking, okay, well, this is going to be a big, brave move for me. I tell you what, Princess are ahead of their time completely and utterly, because they just make cruising so easy. Not only all these bars and lounges and restaurants and everything that you're seeing right now in the films, but something as simple as you wear an electronic chip coin called a Princess medallion, and you clip it to you, or wear it like a watch, or wear it around your neck and whatever. And it's just magically clever, because one, using it with the app on your phone, you can know where the other people are in your party if you want to. So you can kind of track each other down, which can be sometimes a thing on a cruise. It's like, oh, where have they gone now? Yeah. Where have they gone now? I saw him half an hour ago in that bar, and I haven't seen him since. Yeah. You can keep track of each other that way and find each other very, very easily. It gets you in and out of your stateroom. You literally walk towards your stateroom. It will unlock because it knows that you're right next to it, which is brilliant. You can use it to charge in the spa or at a bar or anything you need to pay for, rather than need to carry around a card. So if you're going to the pool, for instance, you can just clip it to your cosy or your shorts or whatever, and you don't have to worry about, you know, oh, where's that card gone and whatever. Yeah. It's just so clever. And it makes life on board so, so easy. The app on board, because you're all wearing these coins as well, even tells you things like, how busy is the restaurant right now? I mean, that's amazing. To know how many people there are in a restaurant at any one given time, I think is just absolute genius. You'll love the shows in the theatre. You'll love the entertainment that you just happen across. And it could be a silent disco somewhere. It could be some comedy. It could be, you know, loads and loads of different things as you cruise. And you're going to be meeting new people on these cruises as well. And that's half the joy. Remember, there'll be people from here in Oz. There'll be a lot of people in the UK taking this as a bit of a local cruise. There'll be people from all over Europe coming over, from the States as well. So you'll meet new people on your 12-night cruise out of Southampton. Yes,
and we're heading to beautiful Cornwall first, Falmouth, and you can see some charming castles. You definitely want to go out there and have a traditional afternoon tea, though, with the Cornish clotted cream, scones and jam. That is a must. Then it's Cork and in Ireland, and you have the Blarney Castle, world famous for the Blarney Stone, and you can actually go and kiss the Blarney Stone. It's quite the experience. You kind of slide under it, which is quite interesting. I'd recommend that. Then it's Dublin, utterly charming, of course, in Southern Ireland. Dublin has the Guinness Storehouse, where you can try it. Traditional Guinness in Ireland is like nowhere else in the world. It tastes delicious. You've got the St Patrick's Cathedral as well. Then it's Liverpool. Liverpool, of course, birthplace of the Beatles. You might want to do the Beatles tour, the Beatles story it's called, which is well worth an excursion, and you can also head to the Cavern Club. They take you down there too. But lots of lovely architecture and shopping in Liverpool. Belfast is next. You head on over to the Giant's Causeway for spectacular sweeping views over the Atlantic, or go to the Titanic exhibit and learn about the last stopping off point of the Titanic and all about the history behind that. It's Greenock, Scotland next. This is your port for fascinating Loch Ness or Loch Lomond as well, and you can just see how beautiful the lochs are. And we're there in springtime, so you should hopefully see lots of beautiful flowers coming out too. Invergordon's next, and this is where you can, I would go out to a distillery for the day. I think that's a nice Scottish traditional thing to do, especially if you love whiskey tasting. There's lots of lovely areas as well with natural beauty, so you might want to do a best of excursion. Then Edinburgh awaits. This will be a highlight for many on the itinerary with its Princes Street, Edinburgh Castle, and the Royal Mile to visit. Just a charming city. Lots of the buildings are made of limestone. They all match. It's stunning. Then it's Le Havre in France, and this is where you can head to Paris for the day. It's about an hour away. Do an excursion. It will take you there and back in time for the ship is my recommendation. You also have just the surrounding area if you don't want to go too far. So we're back into Southampton after that amazing adventure, and of course we will fly you back to the UK. We'll transfer you back to the airport and fly you back to Australia after this very unique itinerary of the British Isles, which is very coveted. This is a top-selling trip, this one.
Yeah, of course. And there's lovely, like you were so kind of suggesting as well, there's lovely traditions in different parts of the British Isles as well. Those lovely different varying accents as well. Going down to Cornwall and hearing the accent there, hearing the accent in Northern Ireland and Ireland, that lovely lilt of the Irish accent, and of course in Liverpool as well. You're going to have just the greatest time. So if you love countryside scenery, history, castles, wonderful cities, then this is a great trip. Again, a deposit will lock this in for you today for 2027. And again, price tag is so good. Honestly, this is ridiculous. Check this out. That's your return flights from Sydney to London. 3-night hotel stay there, and then 12 nights on Majestic Princess, cruising in and out of iconic Southampton to enjoy Falmouth in Cornwall. Make sure you have a Cornish pasty when you're down there as well. Oh my word, they're meant to be amazing. Selection of ports in Ireland as well. You'll spend a day in Liverpool, one in Belfast as well, and a real array of different Scottish ports, as well as a day in Le Havre in France, which rounds things off nicely before you cruise back into Southampton. And we've included a transfer there to the airport in London for your flight home to Sydney as well. I mean, it's just such a lovely, well-rounded package, and I would grab it quickly while it's at such a great price. Remember, deposit today will lock that price for you. Here's everything that's included, and again, it's just such a Phileas Fogg around the British Isles, isn't it? Because all of those different places are very, very different, and you're literally going, you know, from one corner to the other. I mean, you're going all the way up to Scotland and the islands, and all the way down to the southwest tip of the UK in Cornwall. You're going to have just the most magical time. It'll be brilliant. You'll bring back so many souvenirs and so many stories. And if you are a fan of the Beatles, I mean, you know, you go into Liverpool and it is everywhere. There's lots more to Liverpool as well, but its maritime heritage is kind of, you know, blatantly obvious as soon as you arrive. It's beautiful, and you can take that ferry across the Mersey. That we all sing about all of the time.
Yes.
You know, it's great. It's brilliant. It's a wonderful trip. It really is. And listen, I mean, we've run out of time in this show, but that's just 3 opportunities for Europe in 2027. There's another full show that we have that is dedicated to more of the opportunities. And then there is a website, ours of course, cruiseaway.com.au, which is just full of them. And you can literally go onto the website and search by Princess Cruises in 2027. And you can scroll through page after page after page after page, let me tell you. Or you can come back and join us every single day. We are right here on this channel every single day with more opportunities. And of course, on our YouTube channel, it's all there as well, isn't it? Yeah,
you've got me wanting to go on the hunt for a Cornish pasty now, or a 4-and-20 pie if I can't find a Cornish pasty.
And a Guinness.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
It's brilliant. Yeah. Thanks for your company as always. We'll see you back to CruiseAway soon.
See you soon.